I've used over 4 different music distribution services to sell my music online, but there's only 2 I can recommend, and you need to know these. What's up? My name's Chris, also known as Manifest. I've got over 500,000 monthly listeners, and I want to help you get your music distributed. But I want you to understand, whether you use Tunecore, whether you use CD Baby, DistroKid, or whoever else, that's not your main problem. They're all going to upload and get your music available on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, monetize it on YouTube, all that stuff. That's really not the problem. It's really afterwards, after it's up and you marketing it. But you need to know at least some of the details on these different distribution companies. Let's start with CD Baby, because that's the first company I ever used, and I thank God for them. All the people over there. What's up, Kevin? Great people, really care about artists. They got the DIY conference and everything like that. Love what they're doing to help artists. They got a great blog, just doing amazing things for artists, and easy to contact them, everything. The only thing I don't love about the model is they take a percentage. Okay, they charge maybe a little bit of a smaller fee, but they take a percentage of what you earn, okay? And I think it's 10% or something like that. So not a massive fan of it, but I freaking love those people. I remember when they allowed me to be able to have credit cards or take credit cards at show with the credit card swipers back in the day, before we had Stripe and all that stuff. And so it made me a ton of money over the years. They also had some really dope stuff with micro syncs and so many good things. But the only thing I just don't like is the fact that they take a percentage. And if you're making, over $1,000, $10,000, a month, that's a big fee. Okay, I think it's like 10% or something like that. Go double check on their website, but that's a big fee. So that's why I'm not, a huge fan of using them anymore. Tunecore I've been using for years. They've been amazing. They don't take a percentage. They charge a fee. It's normally $9.99 a single, $29.99 for an album for the first year, and then after that, I think it's $49.99 per album. And so they charge a monthly or a yearly fee to get your singles out there, and of course you can monetize with YouTube and sign up for that, and that's a fee. And they also do the publishing, the administration. Okay, so you gotta understand, when you sell your music, okay, whether you sell a single, sell a stream, someone streams your music, there's the master royalty, right? But then there's also whoever wrote on the song, and there's the publishing side. So you got the master side of the song, which you would own if you're the one who paid for the song. If you're the one who paid to get this record done, you would control the master. That's the larger part of the money, okay? And I'll talk about that more in another video. But then there's also the publishing side. But unless you have a publishing deal, or you have someone administrating your publishing for you, you need to sign up for Pub Admin. And so that's where you get the CD Baby Pro, or in Tunecore, you've got their publishing administration, where they go and collect that publishing for the songwriters. Okay, so if you wrote on the song, it was only you, then you get 100% of that song on the publishing side. Or if you wrote it with another writer, when you registered the song, they would probably get 50% and you'd get 50%. Likewise, if you wrote it with 3 people, it would get split 3 ways. Okay, so it's the publishing admin. CD Baby does that. Tunecore does that. All right, but that leads me to my next distribution company, the one I'm starting to use a lot more right now, which is DistroKid. They've been really rad. They've just got like 3 different tiers. They kind of got like a beginner tier. I think it's like a certain amount per year. Then they got the next one where you can upload as many songs as you want, and you can see all the stats. I think it's like $19.99. Or you got the label version where it's like $29.99 a year, something like that, or more. And then you can like get access to more stuff, have multiple artists and whatnot. I use the middle tier, and it allows me to upload as many singles as I want, as many albums as I want, and that's been freaking awesome. Okay, and the only thing that I don't love about DistroKid is, they're a little newer, so they don't have all the nice fancy gadgets, the nice display that Tunecore has, and the reporting, but it's getting there. It's getting better. But they also don't collect on your publishing yet. Okay, but I know they're working on it. But right now they recommend Songtrust. Okay, Songtrust, which is really rad. I started using them so that they can collect my publishing admin, and guess what? They charge a smaller fee for the publishing admin than Tunecore. So I like that, okay, because the publishing starts to add up, and when you start making a lot of money, those percentages matter, okay? But let me forewarn you, okay? And I should save this for another video. Don't go just moving all your songs from a different company to another one without doing it properly by looking at the ISRC codes for every single song. Because if you just say, oh, take down my songs and I'm going to move it over to this other place, and you don't use the same ISRC codes, you don't spell the song right, you don't use the same WAV file that you did when you uploaded it to a different distribution company, you just move it over, you could lose all those playlists. Okay, and you could lose a lot of momentum. And I'll say this, and I regret this to this day. I had my one of my first albums, my EP, Misled Youth, on CD Baby, and it had been there for years, right? And I was making like a few $100 from this thing every single month, and micro syncs and all this stuff. And I took some bad advice, and I quickly just moved it over to Tunecore because I wanted everything to be in one place. Well, when I moved it over, I lost all those little syncs I was getting. I started to lose all the playlists and all that stuff. And long story short, my income dropped from that album to like barely anything, just so I could have it all in one place. So the fact that I had it in all these playlists, it was getting monetized, all these things happening, and I like ripped it down, made a hasty decision and moved it over. You want to be careful with that. Okay, you want to be careful with that. So there's songs that I will never leave from Tunecore. I don't care if I can get a cheaper, save what, $50 a year or whatever like that. It's because all my songs are in one place. They're in all those playlists on Spotify, all those different spots making me money. I don't want to risk losing all that just to move my stuff over to save $50 a year. Okay, you want to start thinking bigger. And again, doesn't matter really which distribution service you use. It matters once it's up there, how you gonna market it. Hey music artist, it looks like you haven't downloaded a copy of my book Spotify Profits yet, showing you how I got 12.2 million streams and 100,000 followers on Spotify without a record label and without having to go on tour anymore. This thing reads like a magazine. It's going to show you how to hack that Spotify algorithm, how to release your songs in order so that you get the best chance of getting on those editorial playlists, how I collaborate with other artists, but most importantly, how to build that email list so that you can monetize your music. This will work for any genre, works wherever you live, does not matter. We live in a global singles economy, and now is your time to grow your Spotify following. Click the link in this video to download a copy today.